Yo, what's up guys, Holding Hands with you here, bringing you Fairytail Final Season, Episode 2 review. This episode was completely lit, gotta say it off the bat. I'm so happy that Fairytail is back. I know there's gonna be a lot of people probably complaining and hating because it's Fairytail and it's what people do. But the main point of all anime is to boost the sales of their manga and be popular and make money, and Fairytail does this job, so it does it pretty well. Yeah, it could do better, and yeah, the writing is not that great, but it is what it is, and it is enjoyable, whether you like to admit it or not. So, but let's get into the episode review. It begins with, Natsu. First, it begins with a recap of what happened the last 2 minutes of the last episode. The monsters attacking, and everyone's freaking out. Everyone's trying to push them back, and Natsu beating some of them up. Then they continue not to just keep running through them all, and they all making like this cry of a dog. But he's just running through them. He's not even punching them. He's not kicking them. He's not even using his magic. He just physically is just running through all the creatures. He's not using no magic. He's just physically knocking out everything. The orcs, the beast, the I forgot what other animals was there. I know it was like direwolves, orcs, and minotaurs and some other creatures, but he's just running through them all, beating them with no ease, with no difficulty. Like, he low diffing all of them. And then you have Charlotte and Wendy and the cats flying up there, and they coming down, skydiving, and they just taking out everybody and stuff. And they fight. They're beating everybody. It even comes to the point where Charlotte steps in her human cat form, and she's beating up people. Leg drops and leg kicks and levitates everywhere at everybody. I believe in the manga she did a clothesline on somebody. But everything was going so far good in their hands until a certain person stepped in. And we saw who it was. If you ever remember, Blue Note Stinger, the first original gravity user that we ever saw in Fairytail, back in the Turma Junior arc. He was part of the Dark Guild, Grimoire Heart, the one that Guildhart had a fight. So he showed up, he put down his gravity field, and everyone drops. And the leader, who was also the beast tamer of that Oracle fan guild, is telling him, hey, I think you're going overboard, you're hurting my own people as well. But Blue Note just give him like an evil death stare, and he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry, and he backs away. And while this is going on, we see Lucy back in the city, defending the city with everybody else, and we see Lucy's new ability called Star Dress. Now, Star Dress, it's kind of like a quick magic, but a little bit different at the same time. If you remember Ezra's equip magic, she has to hide her dresses, her armors, and her weapons, or whatever she has in her pocket dimension, and then she can summon them at will and use them, regardless of what it is. When it comes to Lucy, it's a little different because what she's summoning is an essence of her celestial spirits onto her, and it's changing her form. So it's a little tad different. I guess you can say it's like a stronger, faster version of Ezra equipped magic. It's a specialty that only the highest of celestial wizards can do. You have to have extremely high magic and have a very close bond with your celestial spirits to do this. When we first seen Lucy do it, is with the Aquarius dress back in the Tartarus arc. So that's basically what the Star Dress is, and so far we only seen two. We've seen the first one, which was the Aquarius dress, and now we've seen the Leo dress, or Star Dress Leo, as she called it, because it's Star Dress. The name is Star Dress / whatever celestial spirit animal. So let's say if it could be Leo, which is the lion, or Aquarius, the fish, or Gemini. She has different ones, but right now we only seen two. So, and we don't know if she can mix match the dresses, because we know she can summon 2 to 3 celestial spirits at the same time. But can she mix match her dresses? Now that'd be awesome if she can. But yeah, she's going around with her Leo dress, and she's just doing Lucy kick, but she's calling it Regula, which is light in Germany, and she's just kicking everybody with it. And the dog guy from Mermaid Hill is like, not Mermaid Hill, is it Mermaid? no, limited scale. The dog guy with the claws, the poison claws. He's like, this is a regular kick. And you see in the bottom right, in the bottom left hand corner, you see Loki with a smile saying, yeah, but she added light magic to it. And he's laughing and he's happy because the light magic that she's adding to her attack is from Loki. Because her dresses is the power from her celestial spirits. So since that's a star dress Leo, she's getting her light powers from Loki, who's a light user. And he has a special light magic called regular magic, or regular light magic, but that basically is a specific special type of light magic only celestial light monsters can use. Which now Lucy, thanks to her star dress, now she can use it as well. So it was pretty awesome seeing that. It's awesome seeing everyone from Limerick Scale, fight again. The dude with the wave magic, the dude with the claws, even their teacher, the headmaster, seeing her spin creatures. Then you have, of course, Leon, best boy, just icing everything out his way. And it was a really good episode, very enjoyable. Then we get to the point where Natsu finally get there, and like I said earlier, everyone had dropped to their knees. Not even to the knees, everyone just laid out on the floor because of the gravity. But Natsu just come in all clutch and just picked up what's her name, the drag. I always forget her name, but the God Slayer with Wind attribute. I believe her name is pronounced Shelly or Shella, but I'm just gonna say Shelly. He picks up Shelly and he's like, "Hi, I got you, cat, thief." And he's shaking her like a rag doll because he's upset. She took Cappy, and Natsu had to run all the way there, which that shows how Natsu's feat is incredible, his endurance and his strength, because the fact that he ran all the way from the city over here, where the cats had a super Mach speed over here, and he made it only a couple of seconds late just by running, with no magic, no equipment, or nothing. That shows Naruto's durability, Natsu's durability, and stamina. But he gets there, and Blue Nose Stingers notice him, and he's upset. So I seen his face because he's remembering Gildarts. And we had this funny moment where they're like, "Oh, it's Blue Nose Stinger, the guy that overwhelmed us in Tendro Island." And Natsu just looked at him and was like, "Who is he?" And everyone is like, "What? You don't remember?" Everyone Happy's in the background like, "Are you serious?" Like, dude. So we see Blue Note. He gets even more madder because besides the fact that this guy reminds him of Gildarts, what he just said. So he used his gravity to the max, and he put the gravity way down on Natsu and everyone there. Even the guy who wasn't affected, the beast tamer who was behind him, is now getting affected by it. That's how much stronger the area effect is. And everyone is just dropping like flies. But Natsu did this flame tower, and he busted upwards. And I'm not sure if he did that just to show off, or he did that to bust up in the air out of the guy's range. But Natsu, as we can tell so far, wasn't affected by that either. So the guy decided to go with his strongest move, which we saw what he did to Gildarts, that black hole thing. He's like, "Let's see if you can fly." And he made that black hole. He was about to shoot it at Natsu, but then we hear a really quick dialogue from him. It was real quick. It says, "Oh wow, you can fly," and all we see is this red hyper beam of flame just scorched the whole landscape, taking out mountains and areas and stuff like that. And of course it came from Natsu, and everyone is super shocked. Even Happy, who's with Natsu, was like, "Oh wow, he one-shot him," which was kind of a given. But I know a lot of people when they were reading this in the manga was really, really upset that he one-shot him, because it was people believe that because he one-shot Blue Nose Stinger, he can one-shot Gildarts. But here's the problem. Remember when Gildarts was fighting him, Gildarts got his magic stripped from him for a good while, and Gildarts was just getting stomped on by him until he recovered his magic, and then he attacked him with full power and blasted him off. And Gildarts wasn't even 100. He was serious, but we wasn't sure how serious, how much he was really using. So that's a really big understatement people have, saying that since Natsu one-shot Blue Nose Stinger, he can now one-shot Gildarts. The difference between Gildarts and this guy is that Gildarts was training with Natsu and by himself. Blue Nose Stinger, I don't know what the heck happened to him. It looked like he wasn't doing any type of training. His power level is still OP, but not how it should be if he would have kept on his training and evolving his magic. So But who knows? Also, too, we don't know how fast Natsu and Guild Arts have, become. Because maybe Blue Note Stinger did train these past couple of years after losing the Guild Arts, but Natsu was just too strong. The argument can go either way, but my point is people were really upset about this, and it kind of makes sense. I mean, Natsu was training for 2 years and a half, and he made Guild Arts on that way, and it wasn't specified that if he trained or not with Guild Arts, but a lot of us can assume that he did. Maybe like for like the first year and a half, or the first year, and then he had another year and a half to himself. Either or, but it makes sense for him to like fight Blue Note Stinger and one-shot him for the simple fact that it has to show the power level of how much Natsu has grown. I mean, you gotta remember, Natsu was fighting high-level demons that had curse magic. So, and he struggled against these guys, and these guys was like almost on par with the 10 Wizard Saints, which it's been proven that Guild Arts is on that level. And it also, we see when this guy fight Guild Arts, it's also proven that he's also on that level of Saint Wizards. I wouldn't say they top 5 per se, maybe number 5 exactly, but this was a really good episode though. And as you see in the thumbnail, when they got back, Charlotte and Wendy had their cute little moment saying, yeah, you should go back, your friends really love you, and that's your home and stuff like that, and she encouraged her to go back. So Wendy, she eventually, of course, went back to Fairytail. And I know a lot of people hate on Wendy for some odd reason as well, but I mean, Wendy has changed a lot. I mean, yeah, she still cries here and there, whatever, but she's very useful. Always have been. Yeah, her crying was annoying and stuff, but it wasn't like nothing on that like Chi-Chi Sash, what's her name, Pam level. Wasn't that kind of annoying, or Kikyo annoying. Like, I mean, she was just a little girl anyway. Now she's older and she's more mature, so she still got that bad habit of crying, because bad habits don't die easy. But people just, I don't know, people just want to hate on her, I guess, because she's young. But gotta keep that into the fact, she is young. Even though she's supposed to be the same age as Sting and Rogue, but thanks to the 7-year time pause, she didn't really get to develop mentally or physically to that age that she should have been in. But it was nice seeing them off, and Wendy's crying still, and like Charlotte saying goodbye, and then after they all leave, you have Leon pat Charlotte in the head and say, "Oh, you can cry now." And she's like, "Nah, I want Fairytail to be over it too." And she just smiles, and then Leon smiles. And then we have the end of the episode, which is them going to this rain village where it always rains, and supposedly someone is supposed to be there. And as we see in the previews, it's Julia. So, and that was the end of the episode. But yeah, guys, this was a great episode. If you haven't seen it, I advise you to go see it. The art and animation, and the opening and ending, the music, OST, all that, everything is beautiful as always. If there's one thing I would have to argue anything over in Fairytail, over anybody, it would have to be the OSTs and the music. They always got very beautiful music and OSTs, and the art and animation is always on point. That's the one thing I believe that Hiro Mashima and A1 Pictures don't get enough respect of, is their artwork and animation. They do very, very, very well, especially together, so kudos to them. And all around, I'm just happy that, Fairytail is continuing. It's the last season. It should be around 50 episodes, hopefully, maybe more. But, yeah, we're going to have the Avatar arc finally started next week, so can't wait to look forward for that. But, yeah, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Share with your family and friends. Please comment below what you thought of this episode and what you're hoping to see in the future. Tell me your idea on this fight with Blue Note Stinger and Natsu. Do you like the fact that he one-shot him, or do you hate him? Me personally, like I said before, I hate when characters one-shot another character. But in this situation, it kind of explains on why. They have to show what level Natsu's in, because the enemies that are about to come, so it makes sense. Because if Natsu can't even beat Blue Note Stinger, then he has no chance against anyone who's as strong as the Tartarus members or stronger. So And remember, this is the final season coming up, so keep that in mind. These enemies that are about to show up are top tier, all well rounded as well. So, but yeah, this is all I have for this one, guys. Please go support Fairytail and Crunchyroll and Fanimations, and spam down below Fairytail's lit with the finger up emoji, and I catch you in the next one. Peace.